drone scat to Muslim, or is he going to do something more nefarious? He's going to do something dirty with this drone. He's going to do something dirty with that drone.
You know, when I see HyuN's smiling face in my mind, I think it's going to be dirty. But I think with GunGFuBanDa's reputation, it might just be something. Might just be something. Oh,
maybe he is going to do something dirty.
I love dirty, man. Oh, is he gonna? Wow, he's doing it. He's doing it. That little smiling HyuN in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Also,
Right
HyuN,
there.
like quite a character. Like he's dressed up as Spider-Man.
He's a cool guy.
He'll
one of
joke
the,
with you.
If you guys ever go to an event, HyuN's one of the coolest people that you're going to meet. Definitely worth asking him, you know, for a conversation if you can.
Never has a frown on his face. He's always smiling, always
He's a jolly
chirpy.
guy.
Yeah, it's lovely to see. So what do we have? We have a gateway expand, a very safe gateway expand. Getting up the cybernetics core, going for a scout now, and
haven't we seen GunGFuBanDa try to do big gate, like a one base push after being proxy hatched before?
Wow, I'm not sure. I can't recall.
For some reason, I remember some really weird games coming out of him last season, but...
Okay, so it's Chrono Boost in this sellout, right?
Whoa. Well, HyuN just... his
like,
next hatchery...
I'm going to take my third base first.
Is this season? This is the season, I think. This Fragment Masters is the season of Zergs taking weird bases. Because we've seen so many Zergs just like not take their natural.
Do you know what confuses me though? Like this hatchery, he's not going to have a spawning pool to do anything with this hatchery. Like he can't produce a queen, can't produce lings from it. Like it's just going to be there.
It's just a giant creep tumor that says, screw you, you can't take your base.
Now, okay. So HyuN actually will get to scout what's going on here with this Overlord. So it's like, oh, second gateway. Oh look, Zealot, Mothership Core. So yeah, HyuN's just kind of done this to slow his opponent down. Sees that there's no second gas, sees the third gateway. So, and HyuN takes his natural.
Okay, just taking hatcheries for days.
For days.
It's not quite as insane as Fire Cake.
Oh, look, and he's producing lings out of this now.
There's
so 3
a
lings.
probe going across the map.
Now, will the hatchery die in sync with the 6 lings spawning? Because that could be some nice distraction broodlings here. Oh, that's nice position. Oh, okay, that was really nice by GunGFuBanDa. Like, he realized what could be happening here, ran back in time, did not let those lings in his face.
Now, losing the Zealots would have really sucked. He does have a setup for 3 gateways. Is he gonna actually try to push? No, he's got to wait a while before he can build a Nexus still anyway, though.
He's got to wait a while for a lot of things. The Warp Gate, the Nexus. Like, this creep takes a good minute to go away, so...
Starts Twilight Council.
Oof. Does he have his second gas? Okay, second gas almost rolling now. Wow, I mean, the Twilight Council opening... like, his second gas was obviously missed time, but how often do you have a guy just come and expand in your natural? Like...
Not often.
That really throws you off,
Not often for me to Muslim.
No, I mean... I had it happen to me in WCS, and I didn't have a freaking clue what to do against it. I lost, man. So the fact that GunGFuBanDa seems like his minerals are getting really high, so probably does want to take a Nexus.
The creep is just about to come, but the Lings come back.
Yeah, the Lings are here.
Oh,
Sees the 4th gateway, by the way. Whoa, 4th gateway. Why are you doing that, GunGFuBanDa? That's what HyuN's asking himself.
And the Stalker does block the wall, but Warp Gate is ready. It's going to start to push into this
3
third
queens.
base.
3 queens, couple of lings. He's going to get surrounding these Zealots.
Very important surrounding the Zealots to hold them in, get rid of those. And a Dark Shrine starts at the same time as the expansion.
Wow. Okay, so so many lings, by the way, for HyuN. Like, he's got 21 drones. He's like Moman reincarnated.
But the thing is, HyuN knows that as soon as he's safe, he can just build a ridiculous amount of drones, too.
Yep. And, I mean, the fact that HyuN saw that gateway and, like, the Nexus was late and such and killed the probe, he has to... Oh, look at this.
Yeah, HyuN's actually kind of supply block, too, so he has to wait before he can add anything in.
Do you think seeing that pylon on the right side will, you know, make a little shock in his brain where it's like, okay, this means that something's up. And, you know, he's seen it on the minimap. Okay, so he's seen it. Now, what is HyuN... Okay, tons of drones. Not yet a spore.
Warping in that Zealot, he's like, I don't want to lose this pylon, man. I really need this pylon.
Yeah, that's shown the importance of that pylon to HyuN. Like, it really has. And so many drones...
There's no spores yet. The Dark Shrine's about to finish.
Dude, there's no spores. This Dark Shrine. Like, I don't think HyuN has a clue.
He has enough resources to warp in 2 Templar.
HyuN doesn't have a clue, man. Like, let's look at his vision. Like, he's got
Here
a lot of...
we go.
He's got lots of lings here, so he's... Has he seen that warp in? I don't think he saw it, man. Like, he was prepared for something to warp in there, but not DTs. And now we have invisible blurs moving out across the map. Is this way for GunGFuBanDa to get back in this game? And bam, slashes.
Drones are starting to die. +1 attack starts up for GunGFuBanDa, but the DTs are there, man. He's going to come in here, deny this Spore Crawler and the natural. 4 spores being produced, but the natural expansion is not going to be covered anytime soon. Keep in mind, of course, without any gas, without you know, with his gas so late, HyuN doesn't have a lair, so getting an Overseer is out of the cards.
Oh man, like GunGFuBanDa, he needed something like this to happen, and quite beautifully done. But we have to say, like, HyuN was, I mean, he's not reacting to this too swiftly. Is the damage being done elsewhere? So this guy, this DT, but there is a spore at the bottom there, and he is in. Is he?
He's like uprooting these Spore Crawlers is like really.
Queen.
Uprooting the Spore Crawlers has really made this unnecessarily awkward for him. But HyuN does eventually lock down his bases, and he is just building drones right now. But GunGFuBanDa has a reasonable worker lead, and that +1 attack, he can go straight to +2 off of.
18 drones all at once, Nathanius. And look at this DT being so annoying, sees the sport, and
fancy.
Very nice by GunGfu. And
that's actually sick micro.
All of this, he's been constantly producing 2 probes at a time. He's up to getting +2 weapons. So, I mean, he's flying, man. Getting cannon. I'm loving his play. Like, yeah, DTs, like they do say, when behind, go dark shrine.
GunGFuBanDa really turned around what was an otherwise tricky position to be in, as you mentioned, with that proxy hatch at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and look at this DT, man. Like, that guy's got 9 kills, and those aren't just Zerglings, those are drones, and he keeps surviving. There's no Overseer on the field because, you know, he's only just about to hit lair tech, so wow, what a bad position. GunGFuBanDa turned around with those DTs, and now he gets him. That spore did get inched forward.
I mean, the lair is done now. GunGFuBanDa's going to roll on up to this third base, though. You can try to force field in these drones and get the Zealots in. There's no roaches on the map just yet.
Really nice.
Well, he does miss out on his chance to actually get the drones. That Mothership Core, you're getting a little close to the Spore Crawler, buddy. He's going to get his chance to recall. He kills 1 queen, forces up the lings. If you lose that Mothership Core, things are just going to get really ugly.
These are really... They're good force fields, though. Like, keeping it... yeah. I mean,
with
that queen, he's trying to hunt him down. Is he going to get it?
Oh, he's going to get it. I think he's going to get this Mothership Core. That's really unfortunate. Drops 2 time warps, and then it dies. That means these sentries are also guaranteed to die.
You shall move slow.
Getting,
what says.
I mean, it's not like he didn't accomplish much, but he didn't get any drones off of that push, and you lost a lot of very expensive units in exchange for a few roaches and lings.
You know, I think if he did a few better force fields where he like trapped all those drones in with those zealots and just survived and then got out of there, I think that would have been obviously much better, because kind of throwing away a good like 3 sentries worth and a Mothership Core, like gas trades, like that's 400 gas, man, and that's really what you're working with here as Protoss. Throwing up his 3rd base. By the way, Evo Chambers only just started for HyuN. So, yeah, I mean,
no upgrades from yet. +2, Blink +3 starting up. Really nice position to be in for GunGFuBanDa. I don't see any way that 3rd base is going to get knocked down anytime soon, especially now with Immortals coming in.
Yeah, the Immortals definitely are solidified.
HyuN takes the gold base. By the way, there's still a pylon in the southeast position of the map where there's something there. Yeah, so he has a point to continue to harass if HyuN were to move out on the map and try to pressure GunGFuBanDa.
Yeah, the probe, the pylon, and the zealot in the bottom right corner of the map just chilling. And yeah, +3 just starts now. And GunGFuBanDa's army is pretty solid, actually. Like, at this point in time, when you have a Protoss army that's as solid as GunGFu's, you get to see that Zerg are usually like a good 40 supply ahead, especially when it's just an army consisting of roaches. But man, like, GunGFuBanDa, he's looking very pretty. Like, this is not an intimidating amount of roaches, especially when you think about the upgrades too.
Yeah, the +2 attack, like, this is not anything remotely close to threatening, especially without roach speed, which is still a little ways off. Seeing the Protoss this close in supply to the Zerg at this point in the game is... It's a comforting position to be in for GunGFuBanDa. Now he's getting a Warp Prism, so he can start to do some extra harass. That's where you'd like to see charge if he could squeeze it in.
17 roaches all at once. Man, this is how HyuN plays, though. Like, he just kind of floods his opponent with units, but usually his opponent kind of struggles to deal with it. DTs. And I mean, he's seen that he's got a gold now. A Spore Crawler will be made here, but... So, like, oh, look, GunGFuBanDa's moving across the map. Boom.
Yeah, blinks across the force fields, grabbing a few roaches now. Gets the Overseer, but that Spore's going to actually after killing the Overseer, he's going to run this DT back, and I guess it's going to go towards the third base as he's distracted.
And, you know, at this point in time, if he trade... Oh, this base isn't even that well saturated.
I mean, he might even try to just focus that down. Oh, okay, the roaches and lings pop here just in time. So DT is handled. There's the Warp Prism, so now he's really trying to split the attention of HyuN. And at the same time, getting ready to move forward. A couple of preemptively placed force fields. +3 isn't done just yet, and he only has one Immortal with the army. I like this cleaning up the creep tumors, though.
This is mainly just like a distraction army here. Like, yes, he'd love to be able to just attack and kill that gold base, obviously, but... You know, this drop is where he wants to really kind of take out his opponent from the inside. And with that, he's kind of cleared creep in the middle. He's getting together a really strong army. One thing that could get HyuN into this, I suppose, is some really lovely burrow, especially with that tunneling claws. Getting in and under that army. Wow, could it be a lot of damage.
I think he has an Observer, though. He was killing creep tumors earlier.
Mainly about positioning, though, because the force fields are what stops HyuN from engaging this. Whereas you can totally bypass those.
That's a good point.
I mean, that isn't a small amount of roaches, Nathanius.
No, not at all. Burrow is almost ready with tunneling claws, but still needs a few more moments. There we go. And he's just going to try to pull this army all the way back home.
And he's doing just that. And with each volley of these roaches, bam, that's going to be a lot of damage done. That Immortal even taking damage. A lot of damage goes down, and HyuN's trying to get into this base as good as he can. But nice force fields.
Yeah, coiling him away.
The force fields now keep GunGFuBanDa out of his own base. Taking down the Robo.
Yeah, besides the Photon Cannon, gets the robotics facility, like you said, and splits roaches off into the main while continuing to pressure this natural. Photon overcharge used, but the probe's already trying to hide in the main.
Man, HyuN's dealing quite a bit of damage here, but he will lose his whole army. Back at home, what's he producing? He's getting 33 roaches back at home, but I feel that GunGFuBanDa's army is just going to keep getting stronger, despite losing the Robo. Trying to buy time here with burrowed roaches. It's a nice move, because that's what he needs to do, buy time, but to what end? Just getting roaches again? I'm not sure if this... Oh,
he's not building towards a late game army, that's for sure.
No.
Just trying to use the minerals he's now getting off of this gold base to continue to stay maxed out on roaches and hoping that GunGFuBanDa slips up. There's a few roaches left here, but he's going to spot them. Very, very important to clean all of these bad boys out of his base.
Yeah, so roaches are behind the third base as well. There are cannons in place, even more cannons being added there. Single Stalker trying to shoot them down, but Single Stalker's DPS is rather low here. Now, GunGFuBanDa trying to make something happen on HyuN's side of the map here. A large army, and look at all that blue just lining up across the map. That's a lot of Stalkers.
The absurd number of Stalkers. GunGFuBanDa wants to at least snipe, I guess, pick off one of the bases and go back home. He doesn't know about that giant roach ball on the left side just yet. So, warping in off the Warp Prism at the same time, and you will be able to pick off this gold base, sending HyuN back to 3.
Now, HyuN... Wow.
This is a situation where even if he had the money, unfortunately he doesn't. You know, we're throwing down a couple defensive DTs could help him. But that Nexus just gets sniped, and GunGFuBanDa is going to go for, like, do we call this a base trade? He's continuing to push. There's the DTs warped in defensively now.
Yeah, the DTs are going to help out a lot. There aren't any Overseers with this group of roaches, so they will eventually get cleaned up by the looks of it. But, I mean, this army by GunGFuBanDa cannot be beaten at this moment in time. So HyuN, he's really, really trying to kill his opponent, but he's fighting cannons, he's fighting DTs now.
These DTs are just phenomenal. Even if he tries to burrow that, as long as he doesn't get to the cannons too quickly, he can pick off the majority of the roaches with just his Dark Templar. And he's doing it. And Overseer is coming, though. Some of these Dark Templars should be killed.
They should be killed, but I mean, his army's dwindling so heavily here.
I think the amount of supply that was killed off by the DTs is enough now that there's no way he could fight this army, especially with the Immortals.
I love the fact that he's going for the Overlords here. I mean, they should have been out at a point on the map where they couldn't be attacked, i.e. the left side, where no ground can get to, but, you know...
Supply blocked into oblivion.
Both supply blocked, very hardcore here. But, so HyuN, he's really, really trying to kill every building on the map here before GunGFuBanDa does it, and HyuN did the smart thing. He's got enough minerals to actually throw down quite a lot of buildings, so this game, it's not over by any means. And GunGFuBanDa, like, what does he actually have on the map besides the building? Okay, is he going to recall into his main? That's what he's going to do.
Keep that Nexus alive, and also his ability to reproduce, as he does have 50 minerals. So worst case scenario, he just needs to have that Nexus. And there's a way for him to bring this game back as far as the money goes.
Oh, if he had 2 DTs on the field, now that he's killed every Overseer and his opponent's lair, what would have been the perfect. In fact, no. I was going to say, like, perfect move would have just been blocking your own ramp with 2 DT so nothing can get up. But he does have tunneling claws. I totally forgot about that.
Complicates things a little bit.
Now GunGFu's in a bit of a weird position because does he leave? How many units does he leave at home? If he's going to leave any units at home, he's in a really sticky spot here. But you know his army's much better, and he is hunting down these roaches. Can he see these burrowed roaches? He's following them. He's following them.
You can see that little there's a little bit right under. Oh, he's like, yeah, do it.
Oh, wow! Gets 3 stalkers for free then. I guess GunGFuBanDa really didn't.
The observer.
Where is the observer?
Oh, if he picks up the immortals from the side.
He's got no observer on the field?
Wait,
this game's getting close.
How do you kill the observer?
Oh.
You run it into a spore cover? Well, that's weird. But, I mean, the immortals will still wreck him if he unburrows.
Look at these changelings actually blocking this immortal here, too. How annoying. And
using the attack cooldown. It's snipes 1 immortal. What an awkward game now.
He's going to get the other immortal here, too.
Is this game actually becoming losable for GunGFuBanDa? Yeah, it's like when half of the army walks away.
He's doing it, man. Like, this is... If he takes out
What the hell am I looking at?
Dude, this is getting... And, oh, man. You imagine if HyuN actually did save all his overlords, he'd actually be in a pretty okay spot to kind of start rebuilding here. This was an annoying... In fact, what's the army that he has at the natural there of his opponent? Oh, this DT.
Yeah, some links. He does have a link blocking. You know, all he can do is long distance mine with those probes.
This DT, though, does burrow.
Oh, yeah, no Overseer. So
no Overseer. Has to get a spore out. That's a nasty position to be in when you've got a DT that you can do nothing about. Tries to build a spore out of range. I still think GunGFuBanDa looks quite pretty this game. Oh, he's going to long distance mine with those 7 probes that he has.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dedication.
Yeah, especially considering... I'm trying to think like what he does with the little money that he gets, but he's trying to hold position on this.
You ain't no Nurtio, son.
It ain't gonna work.
The spore probably comes back. Is it going to be in time?
I don't think he's gonna be able to save this hatchery. Nope.
Oh man. Oh, I get like he gets the mine from the gold base now though.
Oh, the DT's almost stuck. Oh.
Oh! You know, that's like an action movie when he just escaped all the freaking fire.
He just slid right under the crack.
HyuN just lost his gold base.
Ouch.
You know, this
is... like while we were watching make the action movie, he just blinked in, killed a hatch, backed off. Now GunGFuBanDa's looking really good again.
Okay, so there's no... Oh, HyuN can't mine. HyuN can't mine. And
you can't mine or build another hatchery, which means the DT can just go pick off the rest of the buildings, actually.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it.
Yeah.
That should be it.
Like
he has to try to win the game with his roaches, which also shouldn't work.
Like if you're GunGFuBanDa, you just kind of defend these probes that are mining. Not lose stalkers like that. Oh, probes. I mean, it's not a scary army that HyuN has left. Sure, Burrow's annoying and such, but in fact, is there a robot? Okay, so
the thing is, if he fights this close, then there's the photon overcharge to worry about as well.
He's going to escape fast enough, but like GunGFuBanDa can see these burrowed roaches even without actually seeing them. You can see kind of the floor.
Yeah. There's like a little bit of a weird graphic on the ground. Oh, Guardian Shields right as HyuN picks up and
takes out the Immortal. Wait, is this doable, Nathanius?
I don't want to believe it is. You can't kill the DT if there's the overcharge. It's like, okay, at least I get a little more damage.
Is this doable, Nathanius?
It can't. Oh, his last building is the spore now.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got some extractors around the map too. But
what the hell is this game?
Okay, 66 supply against 70, right? That's what we've got to keep our eyes on here. And I mean, like, I don't want to say this is doable, but if he keeps Okay, so what was that?
He's really just like abusing how the roach health regeneration.
He really is abusing that. And if we look at the supply, it was 66 to 70. It's now 53 to 54. So in all these little engagements...
He blinked some of his stalkers away, and now the roaches get to fight with even better numbers. Some of these are weak. Yeah, he's just hunting them down. He's like killing Protoss units and not really losing too many roaches, but I think the numbers have gotten small enough now that HyuN's going to have a hard time actually finishing this army off.
You say that, but every time that he unburrows, this is one thing we have to take into account here. So, in fact, there's only 11 roaches on the field. Like, this is going to get ridiculously hard. But every time he unburrows, all those stalkers attack the closest roach to them, so the damage is very divided. Whereas he can unburrow very quickly and focus fire one Stalker. Oh, which he's trying to do
Good
here.
blink micro.
Very good blink. Like, he's real. Like, GunGFuBanDa's realizing what's happening. And honestly, a great attempt by... Oh, great, like, solid blink micro. That's 6 roaches now.
Actually, quite important. He's got a... What is that he's building? The robotics facility.
Right.
Oh, an observer. He's got enough money for an observer.
He certainly does.
I think once he gets the obs, that's it. Like, HyuN's lost too much now. I think this is over. GG. GunGFuBanDa takes the first game against HyuN after a pretty... That was a pretty weird game.
It was a weird game, but
This is like another time that I have this week seen that I've never seen something like that, like a situation like that where both players have their armies literally on top of each other playing whack-a-mole.
Oh man,
to
like
see who wins.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never watched a Zerg player try to win the game by unburrowing the roaches under the army, like back and forth using the regen.
And it looked pretty.
It looked like he had a chance.
While,
like
yeah.
he's like, he's got immortals and sentries. Like snipes sentries, snipes the immortals.
Like one thing I've got to commend HyuN on, like despite GunGFuBanDa doing everything right, like got the DTs in, like HyuN, the fact that he didn't kind of click in, like, what's this pylon doing on the right side of the map? Because I'm not getting warp gate all end by that. Like, is that just a scouting pylon? No, it wasn't. Like, he learned his lesson.
The DTs did a lot more than I think we were expecting.
The fact that HyuN kind of realized, like, there's no way I can kill that army. Like, I can't get together enough of an army that's going to deal with that. So what did he do? He just barrel rolled into the main, barrel rolled into the natural, did a lot of damage.
Forced the base trade.
Yeah, so it was real. Like, HyuN obviously knows how to win games.
It's crazy to think, like, the amount of influence that having an observer has in that stage or an overseer.
Yeah.
I mean, the overseer's a lot easier to kill, but I think that was also a little bit of carelessness from GunGFuBanDa because there's no mutas or hydras.
Nothing that can attack air besides
the observer
spores.
must have flown into detection range when there was a queen nearby, or just flown into a spore.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, a little bit of sloppiness, but overall, like GunGFuBanDa, like upon having a hatch in his base, his reaction was, okay, I'm gonna 3-gate. Okay, I'm gonna get 4 gates and a DT or Dark Shrine, and it was really like.
It was crazy.
He had to do something crazy, but with all that, his probe production was very consistent. Like, he got up to, like, 46 probes against 46 drones. Like, it was still very solid, like, fundamentals by GunGFuBanDa. And the fact that he got together, like, a really good army, like Blinkstalker, Sentry, Immortal, and, you know, we totally haven't mentioned the Warp Prism Harass on the left side while trying to attack the right side. Like, he did a lot of stuff right. He did a lot of stuff right for sure. Maybe he did a little attack at the third base early on where he lost his mothership core and his little squad.
that was like the one moment where I was just like...
A bit detrimental, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but GunGFuBanDa takes a 1-0 lead, and that's us being super nitpicky. Overall, what a freaking cool game that was, man.
Yeah, that was cool. You're not going to see that happen very often, guys.
Deadwing between these two players.
Yeah, Deadwing from map number 2 as we're loaded in. Cross spawns. And, of course, our Zerg player in the bottom right down 0-1 in this best of 3, representing Team Rocat. He is HyuN.
Yeah.
Game paused.
Oh, little pause.
He says, well, hopefully everything's okay.
Hopefully he's
No
fine.
divine intervention necessary.
Yeah, hopefully he's fine. Little GunGFuBanDa. Hopefully he doesn't say anything bad. You know,
I mean,
just...
I don't know why you'd have anything bad to say if you're up 1-0, though. He's got to be happy, no?
Are they, like, switching servers and stuff?
As far as I know, it's EU.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if we're actually switching servers for any of these games.
I don't know either.
I just assume that they would just play them all in Europe unless the players like agreed to do another one. But I mean, if you want to win, you know, and you're European playing a European tournament, I'd imagine. I don't know. And then it comes down to honor after that.
I'm an honor guy.
I know. I remember all the rave about you throwing that one series against Scarlet because she built an evolution chamber instead of a spawning pool. I'll never forget that.
I got a lot of shit for that too. Like, you know, like
take your free win, Benjamin.
Like, I was 2-raxing Scarlet, and like it was a first LAN, and we both like in the loser. We were both in the loser bracket. Like I think I beat Xenio, somebody else, and she beat like Boom Boom Prime, and it was kind of like, whoa, this girl just beat a Korean. So it was like all really cool and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like playing on NA.
What does that even mean?
Is GunGFuBanDa? Is he whining about playing on Europe against a player that's playing on Korea? Or
I guess he's having some lag.
I mean, you know, when you're the guy that has the potential to have like 50 ping against a guy that's probably got around 300, I don't think you have really any room to whine.
Yeah. Dude, I made the sad mistake. I was like, oh, let's just clear some bonus pull on Korean server. I'm like, okay, first time been Stockholm in months. And then I start the game and I'm like, no, I made a grievous mistake. Playing on Korea from Europe or vice versa is nightmarish. He's going to open with a Forge. Cannon Rush,
against Hatch first, Nathanius. And that drone scout does see that there is a probe on his way.
Is he going to force it, Ben? That's the question.
I'd force it, man.
Well, you are the kind of guy, but he's like, with 3 drones in your face, would you still force it? Yeah. Are you that brave?
I mean, he's invested in the Forge now.
I think he just...
Yeah, I suppose not.
I mean, I'm a cheesy NA player, so...
But, you know, like this...
Well, now the probe can't get back.
It can't.
Well, can it?
I mean, he's wasting a lot of...
the mandibles of love are waiting for him.
Yeah, a lot of hits are hitting him, so I mean...
He's actually running... Oh!
God. GunGFu.
I mean...
Paused.
Okay, well, hopefully that resolves itself reasonably fast. I like your argument that HyuN has probably worse lag, so it's hard to...
Yeah. It's hard to really justify whining.
Well,
playing against a Korean on Europe.
I mean, it's like you do want to win. If it's his internet that's like derping, then I can understand. Like, obviously, you don't want to like disconnect in the middle of the game either.
Yeah.
So, still a little funny.
I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, but I really want to be like.
Well,
I want to be like.
Well, we all saw.
Lad.
We've all heard your thoughts on Fire Cake. So,
I mean, like, I mean. Playing with latency sucks. Like, sucks for anybody. But, you know, like, if he is genuinely having, like, problems with his internet and stuff, but even if he's having problems with his internet, like, you saw where his probe, like, right-clicked to. It didn't right-click, like, anywhere else. It right-clicked to there. It wasn't as if he right-clicked and shift-clicked around or anything. It right-clicked and he left it, and then his probe died to a drone. Like,
yeah.
You know, as much as you want to be like, oh, lag, like, I wouldn't have lost that probe if I didn't have lag. Mate. Even if you had lag, it doesn't stop you from clicking unless you've got brain lag or something, you know? Like, that's how I see it, but...
Fair enough.
I mean, that's me being very harsh. Like, he did play a very good game 1, and, you know, it went all smooth. But the fact that he's like, it's like playing on NA. It's like, well, you know, that's like a second delay.
I mean, to be honest, playing on an A from Europe, or at least from here, isn't too bad. I don't know where he is right now.
HyuN could be like, do you know what it's like playing on EU from Korea? Like, I'd give my nuts to play
with
from
NA
EU
lag.
NA lag. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree there.
But, you know, we'll see. We'll see when we get back into this game. Like, I'll just relax and smile about it for now, because, you know, I've been in these situations where it's like, oh, I hate playing cross-server and stuff.
Like, some days it's worse, you know?
Yeah.
Some days it's in between, but... I don't know. GunGFuBanDa... Where does he live?
Germany.
He's playing from Germany right now? Okay.
Yeah.
I never had too many. I thought I had better connection to NA from Sweden than Germany, though.
I mean, like...
But Sweden, like, I mean, the internet here is pretty
it's
sick.
some of the best in Europe, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I moved to Germany from England because the internet was better and to play, like, an EPS and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're not notorious for having bad net, but, you know, it depends where you are. So, I mean, he could be struggling.
Yeah, understandable. I don't know what exactly GunGFuBanDa is going to be doing about his net issues. We haven't received any updates from the players just yet. So,
So we've heard from production that we are trying to resolve it.
They're working on it. In whatever way can be worked on.
Yeah, how much can you work on it, really? It's like, okay, this player's suffering from lag.
I mean, if he wants to, like, rehost it, like, you know, reset his modem or something, I don't know. There's really only so many things that you can do.
Yeah. I mean, like, even with latency, you know, like, you can still get magic done. Like, when you think about Cure, when he played in the Katowice qualifier on Europe, like, Cure came over, or when I say came over, like, in fact, that's mind-boggling. So Cure, for those that don't know, Jin Air, like one of the best Terrans in the world, actually. Often kind of like people talk about the best Terrans in the world. They're like Innovation, Maru, like Teja.
But these are like the teammates of those guys.
Yeah, and like Cure, he was like a GSL semi-finalist, and he lost against Innovation 4-3. So it's like, yeah, this guy's actually still pretty freaking good, getting to GSL semi-finals and losing to arguably the best Terran in the world 4-3. But Cure, one of the best Terrans as well, played on Europe server from Korea after being awake for like 25 hours.
I remember that. The epic run. He played in like every qualifier.
Yeah, and he 3-0'd Snoot, man, like with like 300 ping or whatever it is. And it was very obvious in the game that, you know, he wasn't really microing as much as he could be.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that I lost it watching him move commit a bunch of Marines into Banelings as well.
Yeah, but yeah, so like even if like there is lag happening, like magic can happen.
That's true. That's true. I have no idea what GunGFuBanDa is going to do to fix this problem, but hopefully it's not too tricky. Could have been like a momentary hiccup though, like maybe you really only needed like a minute or two. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe his sister's webcamming and taking up like the bandwidth, you know?
Yeah.
I'm totally like, I don't even know if he has a sister, guys, and like.
Thanks, man. Well, you never know. It's happened to me before.
Your sister webcammed and like.
I don't have a sister, but I'm losing it. So as you guys can tell, we're not 100% sure how long it'll take to resolve this. But I mean, it's happened before you're like playing and have like Steam in the background, and then it's like, oh, Counter-Strike decides to just update on you.
Oh yeah.
You get wrecked.
Yeah.
You're like, why? Like, why all of a sudden is my game? Why does it have like 2 seconds of delay? It's like, oh.
I don't know. I don't play other games than Nathanias. I got true passion. I'm kidding. I
mean, I played like 20 games of StarCraft today.
I just wanted to throw you.
You're a terrible human being.
But yeah, I mean, I hear like in my earphone, I hear that chat is happening in the game.
So they're talking in game.
Yeah, and when it's like furious sets of like, blip,
do you
blip,
think
blip,
it's possible that
GunGFuBanDa
gets tilted enough that he's like, I can't play with this lag, and like asks for it to be moved or something?
I'm honestly not sure.
Like.
I'm honestly not sure.
It seems like he's very, very upset based on his language. Because I mean, we have the profanity filter on, which is why it shows symbols.
One of the most important things that GunGFu needs to do, regardless of how much lag he's having, is like keeping cool.
Yeah, be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool, man.
Have you seen Pulp Fiction with that scene?
Of course. Be cool, Yolanda.
It's Yolanda? I was about to say, what is her name?
Yeah.
Be cool, Yolanda. Cool Honey Bunny. Is that what he calls her, Honey Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a good movie. For those that haven't seen Pulp Fiction.
Well, there we go. We're...
You know, if you haven't seen it.
Better characters than Lord of the Rings, for sure.
You think?
We have to bring it back around to this.
Gosh.
We're going to be seeing it in these... I'm going to be reminded every single day.
Who's your favorite character in that movie, Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction? I mean... I think I kind of like grew up watching Bruce Willis movies.
You like Bruce Willis?
I'm a Bruce Willis boy. Yeah, he's badass.
What was his name in it? Was it Butch? Butch. I think it is Butch.
Something like that.
Butch the boxer.
Something like that.
In fact, they all had cool names. Like then you had Vincent Vega. That was John Travolta.
Yeah.
He was up for an Oscar nomination that year for Pulp Fiction. Didn't win it though.
Was I alive back then?
It was like 1993, so I think you were being born.
Yeah, I was being born while this was happening.
Was it like I think it was being. I know, like that year though was sick. It was like, okay, Oscar nominees. It's like Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption. It was like
a lot of good movies back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of the crap now, it's like Theory of Everything.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Well,
they're okay, but you know they don't compete.
Brief update: it seems like the game is going to be rehosted. I'm hearing menu sounds now. So, yeah. Do you think he'd ask for a regame?
Who?
GunGFuBanDa, rather than resuming from after his probe died
and his attempted cannon rush.
Yeah.
Forge that just got slammed.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
It's from the replay.
From the replay. I like that.
Yeah. Pay for your loss of probe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a man of honor, man. Like, my opponent builds an Evo chamber, and it's like, oh, man. And I'm like, no problems, we can regame. And then I got wrecked 2-0.
Yeah.
I got butchered for that, man. EG was like, you know you can't be doing that, Ben. I'm like, sorry, man. Like, I just thought it was fair. Like, this girl just spent all her money traveling here, and like, you know, she was very nervous, made an Evo. I thought, why not, you know? And I got slammed in the honorable game. I don't want to win without honor.
Yeah. You're a good man.
Then who am I?
That's a British thing. I'll give you that. What is a man without honor?
Yeah, you know. And I'd love to answer that, but I can't think of anything.
No.
That being said, I do 2-Rex a lot, so...
Well, you definitely have no shame.
I don't do it recently.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a new man. Still honourable.
I don't believe that.
In fact, even more honourable.
You're going to tell me you didn't 2-Rex anybody today on ladder?
No, I haven't 2-Rex in like the last week, man. Oh, wait. Tell a lie. I did 2-Rex Protoss, though. Protoss.
Well, it's not supposed to work versus them, so I can give you that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Which one of these players has a better chance beating Bunny? Because Bunny's TVZ is really, really good. GunGFuBanDa is pretty cheesy against Terran. If we think back to his series against MMA in the finals of last season.
You know, the fact that I'm stifled between, like, saying who has a better chance against Bunny, this very solid macro Zerg that's very good with roaches, which is in an unfamiliar style with European Terrans, or this very cheesy Protoss that's also playing pretty damn solid. Like, you could only ask me this in Fragbite Masters, and I would be... And it's the only place that I'd be stifled by this question, because regularly I'd be like, yeah, HyuN. I think HyuN's got a better chance. But, you know, we have GunGFuBanDa that's 1-0 up against HyuN, and we have GunGFuBanDa who was a runner-up, a grand finalist last season. So, you know, to answer this fairly, I honestly don't know. I think GunGFuBanDa has a better shot against Bunny. Which...
I just feel like Bunny's TVZ especially, like...
Well,
when I think about TVZ, I just kind of like it more than all the other matchups at the moment.
I feel a bit like a moron saying it, you know, but like I don't think I'm wrong. Like I think both these players have a really good shot, but Bunny, like what have I seen him lose to recently? I saw him get dropped by Mana 2-0, and Mana played very cheesy in WCS. So, and I saw GunGFuBanDa take him out last season as well with cheesy play.
Yeah. GunGFuBanDa did take 3 maps off of MMA in the final. Like it wasn't like the final was a sweep.
No.
Right after MMA, you know, went to the BlizzCon finals.
Like GunGFuBanDa must have beat Happy as well at some point during that offline final.
I think so.
Because the fact that Happy was 3rd and Bunny was 4th, like he must have. So like, yeah, I think GunGFuBanDa's got a good shot actually, and. Game 2 is poor due to some connection problems. Ooh.
I'm hearing the interface sounds, man. I don't know if we have the lobby for
like,
the replay up yet or what's going on, but...
If we are loading the replay, sometimes that thing takes a while. We're waiting on GunGFuBanDa.
Oh, I guess he probably like reset his internet or something. Yeah. So he reset his internet modem and
kicked his sister off the webcam. Stop webcamming with boys.
It's not allowed to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a brother thing to do.
Yeah.
Do you have a sister?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. But like, everybody else is totally open. Would you protect your sister's honor? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Or is it going... Okay, it's like glad we cleared that. So what have you been doing then on ladder if you're not 2-Rexing? Because last time
Last
time I was in Sweden, I basically saw you 2-Rex every single game.
It was fun. You know, I got to give off this image, and then I come out with like unpredictability with another image. You know, it's one of the things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's one thing most people agree is that you're a player of extremes.
Yep.
Yeah. So 3 command center a lot, huh? Giving away your builds. All your opponents.
Shouldn't be doing this, Nathan.
All your potential opponents watching the stream.
To be like the only match that I played recently that like got displayed was like me against Naniwa. And they were pretty standard games.
Yeah, they weren't too... Well, I mean,
the last one.
Except Secret Spring.
Yeah, but out of 5 games, he cheesed me twice, and I cheesed him once, so...
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
In fact, he tried to cheese me 3 times.
Tried?
Yeah, like Deadwing. He tried to do like a 2-base Colossi all-in.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I'm way less
Count
cheesy.
that as cheese?
Yeah. I class Protoss as cheese, man. Like, you pick race and, like, Protoss, you're pretty much, like... just admitting
as soon as you research
no honor.
As soon as you research charge, you pretty much have no honor as Protoss.
That's what you think? That's how you feel?
When you're pushing the number of players that I died to that just build like 40 charge lots with like +3 armor makes me sad. But that's just like my.
We're so whiny.
That's just what I'm bad at. I'm not saying it's like broken. I'm saying I'm really bad against Protoss players. They get lots of zealots.
I like how whiny we are about Protoss and stuff. And then like, how do you feel about Zerg?
But you're not going to get this anywhere else. I love TVZ. TVZ is the most straightforward matchup because you can be greedy and still deal with everything.
How about the roach push that I do against you? You hate that though, huh?
Yeah, but it's just like the only. That's like you. The thing is, like, I see builds like that so rarely. It's because you can't argue with me that it's a good build. It's a pretty bad build. Like against somebody, against like a solid player, that's never gonna work.
Sick build, man. Are you saying that I'm showing you a lack of respect by doing that build to you?
Yes.
Is that how you feel? Is that why you get so angry?
That's exactly how I feel.
I just think it's a good build, man. I think it's easy.
No one does that. But the thing is,
Violet does that.
The thing is,
And Bly.
I also tried to metagame you when I played you by being really, really greedy because I assumed that you would want to play a standard game when you, as a friend, asked me to play a match against you.
Well, you know, like
it's like I'm gonna call and be like, "Hey, Paulo, you want to play a game?" And then just like 2 racks them. It's 888 them.
It's a bit
like
different.
That sounds like a great way.
We had a 2-1 victory when you were here, and then like when you're online, you were like, "Oh, I'm much better now. I totally reckon." I'm like, "Let's go on NA." Like, why you're in NA?
And then you just cheesed me.
I mean, I roach all into you one game, and then another game I just freaking wrecked you with Mutiling Baneling with NA lag.
I'm glad the professional gamer beats the commentator, Ben.
Just saying, Athalius, just saying. We're just, you know, we're buying time here for GunGFu. We're complaining about lag.
We're going to do this again at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we going to put money on the line this time?
We should get somebody else to put money on the line, but we should do it.
It'd be pretty, like, yeah.
I think my TVZ is freaking rock solid. I would play anybody in TVZ.
Anybody, eh?
Anybody. I'm not saying I would win, but if you were like, Nate, play against any pro, I'd be like, give me a Zerg.
Okay, okay.
Unless I play against the Protoss on Catalina, then I can mind drop them.
Ah, nice.
But no Terran, no Terran.
You hate Terran.
Don't even give me no Terrans at all, please. Even though the best player that I beat on ladder since coming to Europe was a Terran. That rank 120 GM Terran.
Wow. Did you doom drop him?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. He played mech, and I played bio, and I didn't doom drop him at all. I just took like a really sick engagement because he delayed all of his tank production by throwing Hellions at me all the time and trying to like Hellbat drop me. So he had no tanks.
Ah.
Yeah. Felt good. I think the sounds that we're hearing in like the menu come and go. So I don't know if we're actually loading into this game yet. I don't know if we need to like take a short break.
Well, the longest part of the series is waiting between the games. Like, yeah. It's kind of sad because the first game was really cool.
Yeah. I thought this was going to... I mean, I guess we were talking about after how fast the first series was. I guess this makes up for that.
Yeah, that's true. It's karma.
Yeah.
Like, you know, see Bunny just kind of lay the smack down on Soul Key. Have to wait for the series. But I do like constantly hear clicking in my ear, so I think stuff's getting done.
Hopefully. Okay, so it seems we've gotten a soon for the match starting up again.
I heard things in your ear, but I didn't hear things in mine.
You're not special, Ben.
Oh, now I'm being included. Now I feel all right.
Oh, well, now I don't hear anything. It's just playing around. They're playing around with us, guys. Sorry about that. If you're just tuning in, you're like, why have we been rambling for the last 10 minutes? GunGFuBanDa's internet decided to...
own him.
Basically. Pretty much. His internet pretty much just died, so...
Yeah, I mean, he complained about lag a lot.
Yeah.
And we're going to resume from the replay and what was happening in that game. In fact, we'll talk about the first game a little bit. So, first game, HyuN went for a hatch block. I just kind of made his first hatch in his opponent's natural. It was on Overgrowth. GunGFuBanDa kind of realized a little bit too late, because you see a lot of players go to scout that, and it's like, oh, I'll just attack it with 7 probes and kill it.
Yeah.
Whereas like it was a bit too late to do that. So GunGFuBanDa just said, okay, I'm going to get 3 gateways up and go for like maybe some gateway pressure. HyuN kind of smelt that out, especially with his Overlord. Then GunGFuBanDa was like, okay, I'm going to go 4 gate and a Dark Shrine. And HyuN just had no freaking clue, and DTs did way too much damage.
The DTs actually brought him back into the game, and from that point, he started rolling.
Yeah, and HyuN tried to get up like 200 supply roaches, like Tunneling Claws, went for the space trade because he couldn't deal with GunGFuBanDa's army. Turned into a really close game where neither of them were mining.
Yeah, he managed to snipe the natural and the third base and clean up pretty much everything as far as tech went.
It was a cool game. Like, it was a cool game for those like watching to see like cheese and then like a macro game afterwards. Like, that's definitely one of them. Definitely like a blunder by HyuN not sniffing out what was happening, because I felt like there was very few options for GunGFuBanDa, but one of them with that pylon on the right side was definitely like, hey, you're probably going to have some DTs anyways.
Yeah.
But how often do you get DT'd, man? Like, I feel that's one of the strats.
Well, I mean,
like,
for all the ZVPs I play, you know.
but even in TVP, like, how often do you get DT'd realistically?
Not that often.
No. So, I mean, it's one of those things that often is so, like, dormant in the back of your brain, but as soon as it happens to you, you're like, oh, I don't know about this. And what a cheap building. I mean, that building used to be 250, 250.
Yeah, it used to be really, really expensive to get Dark Templar out.
And now it's 150, 150. When you think about that nerf, or that buff, in fact, I'm surprised we don't see DTs way more.
Yeah. There was that brief period of time. Who was it that started it? Because it made ladder really, really bad for like 2 weeks. I think it popped up in like Pro League or GSL.
What strat are you talking about?
The DT Warp Prism play.
Oh, with after an Immortal all-in? Fake Immortal all-in? If well, so, stats beating Innovation 3-2.
Yeah. It happened like 2 or 3 times that week in Korean StarCraft, and then that's all the ladder was the whether or not there was a fake Immortal all-in, there was just a ton of DT Warp Prism plays.
I mean, like, yeah, that series especially, because, I mean, when I saw it was Innovation against Stats, I was like, I'm looking to see some sick builds from Innovation, and then Stats beat him, I was like, whoa, that was good.
So it seems that things are not 100% dead set, ready to go yet. So we are going to go to a short break, guys. We apologize for this, as we have no control over GunGFuBanDa's internet problems. So, yeah, hopefully he can sort that out soon enough. But we're going to go to a quick break. We'll see you guys on the other side. You're watching the Fragbyte Masters StarCraft Tournament, powered by Comhem.
Sån där god onionsås får man tänka på när The Big Apple och strosar runt där och bacon. Vid Frihetsgudinnan brukar fast klart att jag har ju aldrig varit i New York, men nu kan jag ju i alla fall äta New York Supreme och Company och drömma mig bort lite grann, så välkommen in och gör det du med. Ät och dröm lite.
Here with you now. See your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now. I'm here with you. I see your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now.
Welcome back, guys, to the StarCraft 2 tournament here at the Fragbyte Masters powered by Comhem. We are literally resuming the game right now to go back into GunGFuBanDa versus HyuN. Hopefully all things resolved well enough that we will not have to worry about any more shenanigans of any sort.
Hopefully, because GunGFuBanDa, like, I'd hate for lag to be an end for him, but so far so good. I mean, he's one map away from finishing at least 3rd place and keeping his place in the tournament. And I mean, when you look at this group, imagining a loser bracket game between HyuN and Sulky, wow, that was something I did not expect. Or even imagine, you know.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. So as you can see, we were right in the middle of a game on Deadwing. GunGFuBanDa just lost his probe that he had sent out to scout in the main base of HyuN. And looks like he's like, well, I don't want to actually sit here for 20 more minutes, so whatever. Like I said, I think we kind of agreed that it's not possible, really, for GunGFuBanDa to have worse lag than HyuN playing from Korea.
Yeah, I mean, oh, it's like playing NA. Well, man, imagine playing on Korea. Like, you know, I don't see HyuN whining. But anyhow, like, some lag does suck, and I understand GunGFuBanDa's frustration because, like, you know, if there's a tournament where he has done particularly well, it's Fragbyte. So, like, there is definitely some sentimental value for GunGFuBanDa with this tournament. So he does want to just kind of show his best every time, and even if it wasn't this tournament, he wants to show his best, and latency sucks. But, you know, has to get his head together, has to keep calm despite the situation, and give his all.
Yeah, man, just keep on keeping on, basically. +1 attack starts up for GunGFuBanDa. Interested to see which direction he wants to go in with his army composition, his build order, all that jazz, since we did have a pretty, you know, pretty topsy-turvy aggressive sort of setup from him last game. I'm wondering if we see any move-outs, you know, when he gets a couple sentries and some zealots again.
So what's gone on this game? So there was a Forge, Expand, kind of wanted to go for a bit of a cannon rush, but didn't get a pylon down. HyuN reacted very appropriately, sent 3 drones to kind of get rid of that probe, and ultimately got a kill on him, never mind just kind of like walking around and stopping the cannons from going up or the pylon. So it was a really nice start from HyuN.
You're rarely able to get that probe at the start of the game, so it's quite nice, since it also makes it more difficult to get another one out on the map and hide it somewhere where you can get a pylon up for any type of aggression.
This is a very early 3rd, by the way, and HyuN, he's all over this. He scouted it. Now he knows, hey, my opponent's not going to all-in me. A lot of shift clicking going down for GunGFuBanDa. See this? He's trying to attacking that lane and then wants to move to a watchtower or something, by the looks of it. A little bit of a supply block momentarily. Going to be lined up pretty okay with that. Then 2 probes in production, Twilight Council. So Twilight Council...
Twilight's lining up with that +1 finishing, so we could see him move into +2, blink again, and maybe just go for another big setup of gateway forces. Of course, the only thing we're missing at this point from the last game is that robo facility.
Do you know what HyuN's play reminds me of so much right now?
What?
Stefano in his glory days. Look at his frickin' drone count, Nathanius, already. He is 8 minutes in the game. And he's killed 2 probes on the map so far.
He's a greedy boy.
He's a greedy boy. His lair's hitting, his speed's finishing, he's getting +1 attack. He's up to all 6 gases, actually. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see, like, a huge flood of Roachling into Muda. Like, with the fact that he's on 6 gases so early. So, oh, Hydralistan, wow.
Yeah, he does have Roach speed started up too. But with Ling speed, like, he could be a big assault that's just, you know, supplemented by Ling's flooding behind with that speed upgrade.
I mean, all his bases are very nicely saturated, you know? Like, he's got 16, 17 guys on each base mining minerals. He's getting the Hydralistan, which is scouted. Did he click on it? I'm not sure just yet. Oh, he will
Man, there's
go back.
only so many things it can be.
I mean, it's either a building of that size, it's either an infestation pit or a Hydralistan, in which they're both kind of countered by a Colossi.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Anyhow, he did go back to check. There is a 4th base on the way for HyuN. 68 drones. Oh, man. The amount of production that he can just kind of send. 11 more drones on the way. This is what HyuN does, man.
Insane greed.
He just throws out units and he barrel rolls his opponent. So 11 drones, 5 Hydras. He's getting Hydralisk upgrades with the range, the attack damage. He's getting roaches. He's getting infestation pit. Like,
yeah, I think he's getting ready to move up towards Hive and get the Vipers out.
This is a HyuN that I personally hate playing against, because when he used to play in Europe, he would just throw units at you. So let's see what GunGFuBanDa's doing. So he's throwing down a Robo. reasonably late, but that counters Hydralisk then, and a Dark Shrine. I mean, it saved him in the first game.
He's got the same infrastructure setup as the last game, like straight up. The only thing that's missing is the, well, the Immortals, but I'm sure that he'll follow up with those. The interesting thing, of course, is that he has not started this game anywhere remotely close to the last game, so I don't know that he's going to be able to just get away with pure gateway forces.
Wow, +3 on the way for GunGFuBanDa. Lots of gateways. I'm a little surprised with how much time HyuN's giving his opponent here to kind of get together an army. By the way, something that's surprising me a lot: the Templar Archives rather than the Robo Bay.
Yeah, you think he's going to go just for Storm to follow this up to deal with the Hydralisks?
I guess so.
Does he have a Warp Prism? Something. I think that's Hallucinated Phoenix checking by the main base.
No Warp Prism thus far. And GunGFuBanDa gets to see that his opponent is getting Hive here. And is that a second Evo for upgrades? So GunGFuBanDa's done. He's been pretty
very
good
passive
with his scouting. But yeah, passive. I mean, he had to be passive from the start. His Cannon Rush build totally got shut down, and yeah, he's kind of. But the thing that he's shifting into here, like Storm, Immortals, I haven't really seen this composition in action before.
Ouch! Delaying that Warp Prism.
Look at the supply, by the way, 190 to 110. That's quite a lot of HyuN.
Yeah, especially with Hydralisks mixed in. This isn't just a cheap Roach max out.
Are there any DTs on the field? Is there an Overseer with this forward army? Ooh.
Oh, I think he saw Overseer's heading back.
It is.
He doesn't have the Overlord speed, so it won't be able to actually get there too quickly. There's the Spore helping out.
Spore does help out with that fella.
Yeah, and this natural. Oh, I guess there's no Spore here.
When DT tech has been revealed, though, I mean, what did he get out of these DTs? I guess he delayed dying.
Yeah.
He also gets to see the Spire, by the way, if he looked carefully there.
Well, his Storm finishes up, and his +3 is very close, so I feel like he gets enough out of it. Like, having that Storm done is very, very big.
He bought himself time. That's the biggest thing. I mean, he's still alive right now. He's getting his +3. While he doesn't really have an appropriate army to deal with this just yet. Yeah, he has some Storms, but...
Yeah, but look at the Spire that's about to finish up. HyuN's ready to trade, like, take a big, big fight, and then just throw out a ton of Mutalisks.
Yes, he is. While his gas is, reasonably okay. 10 meters, is that a scary amount? I guess if you get into a base without your opponent really realizing, but HyuN here, I feel the more time that HyuN gives his opponent...
Yeah, now that HyuN's maxed.
Oh, he has Vipers too? Awesome.
Observer sees the Vipers. So
the Overseer sees the Observer.
Bit of a game of chicken. I like that he has this hallucinated Colossus up front looking to have that baited.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did try and get a cheeky Viper there. Now he's getting into the natural / could go up to the main base, I suppose.
Those changelings are blocking the army from moving in.
Oh my god, those are sick changelings, man. And
wow.
Blinding Clouds takes out this that changeling, MVP changeling.
Holy crap.
Do you think he's going to reposition it to block off that wall? I mean, it's already done quite enough. Oh, the full energy High Templars! That is your AoE gone, GunGFuBanDa.
I don't know what to say.
Man, he zerged him, dude.
He just wrecked him.
Look. Oh, what's your best unit in your army? An Immortal? I guess I can abduct it. And wow.
Those changelings, that was awesome.
That was magic.
That is one of the coolest things. Like, that's not like a new thing, but man, the way that happened, like, I didn't even realize that he was doing it.
Me
like,
neither, Nathaniel.
He abused those back rocks so nicely, and this army continuing to just trade away. GunGFuBanDa doesn't look like he can kill this. Now that the cannons are dead, he's going to send the Vipers home and remax on Roach Hydra, and he's not even going to bother with the Spire.
And, like, even though he cleaned that up, look at the supply. And look what HyuN is teching for. One thing that did happen, I believe that HyuN was going for a 5th, by the way, and I think it got cancelled by this Warp Prism with whatever's inside it. And with this whole army moving back to the main base, I have to assume that is what happened there, because, yeah, he did have a 5th base on the way. So, amidst all that chaos, GunGFuBanDa was still trying to limit his opponent HyuN here, so pretty nice by GunGfu, but man, that changeling, whew. And just the fact that HyuN was so ballsy to just run in there.
Yeah. Well, if that changing stuff doesn't work, then, you know, if he actually manages to get storms on top of that army, that's a game changer right there.
Crouching Tiger, hidden DT right here. I love the DTs with the scythes.
Yeah. They're pretty badass.
Yeah, look at his little posture, man.
Do you remember? I don't know if you would. This is like my super casual thing that I remember. In the beta, Blizzard actually put up a poll. People could vote on which Dark Templar because they had both. They had both the scythe one and then the original one with just like the blade, and they had people vote. But apparently the poll was too close, and that's why they just put both in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess originally it was supposed to be one or the other.
I like that.
You know, options are cool.
Yeah.
I would prefer to only warp in the ones with the original blade, but that's because I played Brood War. He's going to try to go up this ramp. I mean, the storms are definitely one way you can get a good fight, but even as weak as this army is from those storms, he still has way too much to be stopped. G is called, and HyuN takes game number 2 against GunGFuBanDa, tying up the series, 1 apiece.
Gave him the G, man. Gave him the G.
The G.
I actually like the guys with the scythes, I think, so... Yeah, if they
You're
just
a scythe boy.
if they just did their poll based on us, they'd also be split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. See, differing opinions. I still think the...
Maybe it's a level thing, you know,
The
like just
sword
better
ones.
players prefer guys with scythes.
Oh my god. We had to go there.
I mean, yeah. That's what our cast's about, man. Like, give you a little prod here and there.
Just trolling
Yeah.
the whole time.
Trolling. We're also very informative.
Yeah.
You know, about
Yeah. I liked it.
movies. How much you hate Frodo.
I do hate Frodo a lot. What's a movie character that you really hate? Come on. There's got to be a character in a popular film that you think of that you're just like, man, I can't believe anybody liked that guy.
I think okay, this is probably... I mean, there's probably way more.
Come on,
but-
prepare to draw some flack, because I got flack for hating on Frodo.
Did you get flagged for it? I really hate Batman.
What?
Like as soon as they introduce Batman in his suit and his voice just goes, Batman. Like,
So
I mean,
you hate the Christian Bale Batman?
Yeah.
But what?
I think
it's not
Bruce
a
Wayne's
blanket. It's not a blanket anti-Batman thing.
No,
right?
no, no. I just hate Christian Bale with Batman.
Okay.
And like, I mean, is it Christian Bale's fault that they decided like as soon as he puts on this suit, he also has this voice synthesizer that just makes him go like, ugh. It's like probably not his fault, man. But that being said, like, yeah, I think
It's
Batman.
totally not synthesized.
I think Bruce Wayne's an asshole as Christian Bale. Like, who
Yeah.
likes this guy that just walks into?
Well, Bruce
a
Wayne's
bar?
supposed to be an asshole.
I mean, is he?
Yeah, that's part of like.
Is he an asshole in
That's
the
part
other?
of that's part of his persona is to be.
I just don't think Batman's a likable guy. Like, he's this rich dude that's an asshole, and then by night he's apparently this superhero that randomly became a superhero. Why? I mean, I don't know. Oh, he's scared of bats? Oh, because he fell down a well and bats were there? Okay.
I'm not sure you've actually managed to put together a cohesive. I understand if you don't like the bat voice thing he does, but
Yeah, really.
I'm not sure.
I hate that enough, and I hate Bane's voice too. It's like, hey, I'm Bane. It's like, okay, Bane. I mean, you could have also had this voice thing that also didn't make you sound like an idiot.
Oh god.
Bane. Like, yeah, no, man. I think that ruined a lot of those movies for me.
I don't know what to say, Ben. I don't know what to say. GunGFuBanDa and HyuN are going to play the third map on Expedition Lost. Don't hear lobby sounds yet, so I don't know. Hopefully GunGFuBanDa is not going to like restart his internet again.
Did you ever watch Hook?
The Robin Williams. Yeah.
I really didn't like Rufio.
Who would? I don't like that guy.
I mean, people got sad when Rufio died, and I got a little bit sad.
No.
But man, he was so cocky. He was like, looky, I got hooky. It's like, no, dude, you got wrecked.
I mean, it's
you know what I mean?
I shouldn't have asked this question. Your argument for why. I just think that, you know, relative to the storyline and everything, Frodo is just useless. I don't mind like his voice or his clothing choices, but
His clothing
you
choices.
seem
I mean,
to
he's
pick-
dressed the same as the other 3 hobbits that he travels with, man.
Your criteria seems very arbitrary to their function in the movies that they're in.
I guess it's not the people I hate. I guess it's like what they've been made to say and how they've been made to like say it. You know?
Yeah, the presentation you don't like. Yeah. I'm more upset with the substance. But I mean, I think Frodo perfectly portrays a totally useless guy that doesn't really accomplish anything. But I'm still upset that he's there.
Could you pick another Hobbit that could have done his job as admirably as him? Would it have been Pippin, this loud, obnoxious Hobbit that just keeps screwing up? Would it have been Merry that, just kind of tags along with Pippin and stops him from screwing up as much?
Just switch his role with Sam or whatever.
I mean, what if Sam just started getting owned by the ring?
Yeah. But if
then Sam wouldn't be half as
not
cool.
a main character, then he can be sacrificed so that Sam can keep going.
I like Bilbo, though. Do you like Bilbo?
Yeah. Who doesn't?
You like Bilbo?
You can't not like him.
Wait. In like the Lord of the Rings franchise, though, do you like Bilbo?
He's barely there.
Well, when he is there, he's kind of like turning angry and like...
You're like trying to bait me because you saw that you liked him and I'm agreeing with you. Like, no, I'm not going to just change my opinion.
Let's think of other movie characters. Like, who's another movie character that you really don't like?
I'm getting the impression, by the way, that GunGFuBanDa is doing something with his internet again.
Me too. That's why we're talking about this, Nathan.
He seemed quite rustled.
Otherwise, we'd be going into the game and chatting about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think Sam could get the ring to the peak of Mount Doom if he had NA server lag? Sorry. I felt like I had to say something. So it sounds
I just wanted to make you feel awkward. Like,
thanks.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Hopefully,
okay. I got your back, man.
Hopefully you guys are all having a great night as we get ready to move into Game 3. Apparently the lobby is being set up now. It's happening, I've been told. Hit us up.
You're getting told that, so I'm getting left out again?
What?
Thank you, Gunnar. In your ear.
Yeah. The man upstairs.
It's okay, Gunnar.
The man upstairs was telling me.
It's okay. He's global elite, man. Don't mess with him.
That's true. I'm jealous.
Well, you're like silver, dude.
Because I didn't play.
Yeah. It's because you didn't play that you got demoted from like gold 1 to silver.
Yes.
I feel that's like
we're loading into the game at the countdown.
I feel that's like
Ben.
I won't rub it in, man. I won't rub it in. You're
I can't handle you right now.
You know,
don't be rude. You see, Ben, this is a no hate zone.
Be nice to Nathanius zone. You know, if you were a character in a movie, though, you'd be my you wouldn't be my most hated character.
What did I do to deserve this?
Dude, I like you, Nathan.
So if you were a guy on the stream watching this, you'd be like, I hate the guy on the left more.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
But wait, no. I said you wouldn't be my most hated.
Wouldn't be?
You wouldn't be, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said I would.
Like,
well, that completely changes
I
everything.
Like, I wasn't calling you my favorite
hey,
character.
Look, he's got a probe going
across
across the map.
Oh, this is nice.
You know?
Oh, do you know what's actually kind of cool about this? I believe Naniwa himself actually proxy-gated HyuN out of tournaments before.
Yeah. Well, there was the infamous Game 5 of their series at the Intel Extreme Masters New York where he
did that?
Yeah, he proxy 2-gated him
was it Belshire?
because no, it was on Akalon Wastes.
Oh, okay.
That was the final map because HyuN had opened 3 hatch before pool every single game in that series.
That's really neat. And I mean, GunGFuBanDa here, he's played against this guy that's proxy hatched him in his base, gone for a 15 hatch in his own base, and here we have him doing something cheeky.
Yeah, the proxy gate. It's quite a far...
I mean, I think you could get away with placing it maybe a little bit closer.
I'm not sure how you're going to get it
closer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much worry, right? It's like, okay, what about, like, because there's going to be 2 overlords coming out here, and I don't want him to see these. So where can you really realistically put it? I mean, you can put it like base, I suppose, like a bit closer, but I mean, pool first. I mean, that's
one way to just kind of not die to this.
That's a little unfortunate for GunGFuBanDa, because what he was hoping for here is a 15 hatch. Then he runs a few zealots in and just takes out drones left, right, and center, whereas pool first Makes it a little bit trickier.
Especially considering how far these Zealots have to run to actually get to HyuN's base. Like, you get a spine up, and it's pretty much good. Of course, HyuN still has no idea, by the way, that this is coming, so if you were to just build a spine blindly, that's when we'd be like, what's going on here?
Still no idea about these proxy gateways.
He has no idea about these proxy gateways, but given that distance and the queen that he should be making shortly, this should be doable for him. This should be doable. Well, how many Zealots is he going to wait for? Because he has still, you know, he's got a long way to go.
Ooh.
3, I guess 3 is the magic number.
3, and he's building his.
And when I proxy gate in PvP, I wait for 3.
When
Easy.
you proxy gate?
In PvP, yeah.
You're dirty, man.
Yeah, man. And you bring the probe so that it blocks the movement of other probes so that they can't surround your Zealot.
He has no idea what's happening just yet. Oh, now he does.
Well, now he knows.
Hello.
He was like, I'm going to take a 3rd base.
So what's HyuN's instant reaction? Bam,
Double
spine crawler, 2
spine.
spine crawler. Ling's on the way. He's got 1 queen coming out. So what does he have to do? I guess just not take much damage here, but with his 2 Lings out on the map, he's going to try and harass GunGFu's mineral line here too. But these spine crawlers...
He's going straight for the spines.
Oh, cancel, 1 cancel. Okay, okay. But here, so going for the other one. Mineral walking.
One of the Zealots is getting quite weak and kills 2 drones. Got the surround. He's got him hugged. The queen dealing damage. Lings are in GunGFuBanDa's mineral line at the same time, and that's...
I feel that's...
I don't think
one
spine's going to finish. That shouldn't... He can't afford to actually build any more Zealots.
Oh, and those 2 Lings in the main, man. What a...
He can queue 2 Zealots, but that's it. GG.